Wow.
Yes.
What kind of genre of music would you say that you are in a musician genre?
Electronic these days. I love electronic music.
I see.
Symphonic, electronic. Yes.
Now, you've played all over the world. Is there a specific place that you wish you could play on stage and you feel like, I've made it?
North Korea.
Really?
Yes. I'm also an ambassador of this 평화재단 peace organization of North and South Korea.
Yeah.
And I really would like to visit North Korea and play to them.
Oh,
because
wow.
I have this heart, you know, towards North Koreans who are starving and even little kids, they are dying. So 3 years ago, I went to New Zealand and I gave a huge charity concert for raising money for North Korean children. And I was managed to send milk and soy milk to the orphanage.
Oh, good for you.
And last time I was in Laos, there was this restaurant called Pyongyang restaurant, and there were also North Korean people working there as waitresses, beautiful North Korean ladies, and I got to perform with them.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes, they played accordion and they sang as well. So I played my electric violin with them, Arirang.
Oh.
You know, that was a piece we both knew. So it was really heart, touching.
It's almost like unification in music,
Yes.
huh? That is wonderful, and that's very beautiful to hear, too. How about coming or going in different languages? Now, were you born in New Zealand?
No, I was born in Korea,
Okay.
and I went over to New Zealand when I was 11 years old.
So as soon as you got to New Zealand, I'm sure language was difficult.
Oh, yes.
So tell us how you battled that ch and maybe you can help our viewers also. You give them hope, and English is not too far away.
Right. Because I was quite young, I was able to pick up English fast, but I did try and I did practice English at home after school. Vocab was one of the hardest. And I learned about 5 vocabs a day. Not many, right? But then the next day I would go to school and use those vocabs when I spoke. Then they became mine, and then I learned other 5 vocabs. That's how I picked up the vocab quite fast. And then because we had to write a lot of essays, it was really hard, writing essays. But I tried hard. Starting from simple sentences, I started, building up the sentence using different adjectives, different vocabs, and maybe different forms, changing the order a little bit. And then they became mine.
Oh, wow.
I think that's how you should do it too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just small steps, very important. Small steps, 5 vocabularies a day,
Yes.
that's very important. That's a lot, actually, 5 a day.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's a lot. And then you have to interact with the vocabulary to use it. Now, is there any particular things that you miss in New Zealand?
Oh, yes, food especially.
What is it that you miss?
Steak, cow, because beef is really cheap in New Zealand. There are many cows. And pork is more expensive than beef. Beef steak, this thick and this big, it only costs about 10,000 or 20,000 in New Zealand.
That is true.
Yes.
Yeah, in New Zealand, when I went, I realized the meat is very lean.
Yes.
There's hardly no fat in it. Yeah. So I could see eating that lean meat would be very, healthy and lots of protein.
Yes.
So you're definitely a beef eater.
Yes, beef.
It seems like your schedule is very filled in a day.
Oh,
So
yes.
when Hannah Lee wakes up, tell me about your regular everyday schedule.
Okay, I wake up and I pray and I do QT and then I have breakfast, cereal, and I would go to gym or park to work out, and then I do some documentary works at home through the computer, and I have to write back to my fans who come and visit my homepage, and then I practice, and then when I have concerts and performances, I would leave home with my violin. Yeah. Oh, I miss the practicing part.
Yeah.
I practice whenever I get the chance, even in the car.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
With the violin in the
With
car?
the violin.
Wow.
Yeah. But because, the ceiling is lower, I had to kind of kneel down, squat, on the floor, and then play.
Oh, wow.
And I practice even in the toilet.
Wow. When do you have time to fit into the schedule? Because you're married and to being a wife, to being a friend, to being a daughter. Now, those are all important things. But are you able to squish that in?
I try hard, and it was New Year's, right? I had to go to Shidek, and I had to do the dishes and make food. I had to help out on that. So I wouldn't fit my schedule on those family occasions. And when my mother or father comes and visit Korea, I try to stay with them and be with them as much as I can. And sometimes my parents would go to the concerts that I go, performances I go, and they support me there.
Right.
And as a wife, I'm really sorry, my husband, but whenever I get the chance and whenever I get freedom in the afternoon, I cook a lot of side dishes.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and then I would stack them in the fridge and refrigerator, and when I'm not there and not home, my husband would take them out and microwave and eat them.
Wow. Okay, we're going to take a very quick shooting star moment here. And earlier, Hannah was saying Shidek. And of course, we just, had earlier the lunar calendar New Year's hard before. And so when you go to the Shidek, we just say simply in-laws, going to the in-laws. And it could work for either or, the husband or wife, you're going to visit the in-laws. So do you get to visit your in-laws often?
Oh, yes, very often.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. Well, we're going to go ahead and have this take it over to a moment where we allow Hannah to thank someone in her life and to thank someone of where you are right now in your success. And it could be one or many people. So you get to look at the camera and actually, on air, tell them, what your thoughts are and how you can thank them.
Okay. I first would like to thank Jesus for being my Savior and my Lord and my friend and everything. Because of you, I'm here, being able to perform and praise you.